Our next I can statement is I can find the length of the midsegment of a triangle. So before we jump right into this problem, remember each triangle has 3 midsegments. And the midsegment is found by finding the midpoint of each side and then connecting those midpoints. We also learned that the midsegment is going to be half the length of the base it's parallel to. So in this case, those 2 lines are parallel. So I know that y is going to be half of 36. So to solve for y, I could just do 36 divided by 2. So the length of y is 18. Now remember, you have 3 midsegments in every triangle. So if you look at this side, the midsegment would connect these 2 midpoints, and I'm just eyeballing it, but it would have to be parallel to that side. And again, the midsegment is half the length of the base. So if we know the midsegment is 10 and we want to know the length of the base, we would multiply it by 2. It doesn't make sense to divide it by 2 and get 5 because this side is clearly longer than this one. So in that case, we would multiply by 2. So the base would be 20. All right, so the other thing you need to know about midsegments is that you find them by finding the midpoints of the sides. So the next I can statement is I can find the coordinates of the midsegment of the triangle. So it says, what are the coordinates of the midpoint parallel to side AC? I'm going to start off by highlighting AC. And then I know that it's going to be parallel to that somewhere in here. But I want to find the coordinates exactly. So I'm going to start off by finding the coordinates of the midpoint of BC. Now remember, the midpoint formula is x plus x divided by 2. And y plus, I don't know why my board is freezing. Y plus, those look really funny. Y plus y divided by 2. All right, so I'm going to get my endpoints for B and C. C is located at 0, 0, and B is located at, looks like negative 6, comma, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so now that I know the 2 endpoints, to find the midpoint, I just label them x and y, and I plug them into my midpoint formula. So x plus x divided by 2, and y plus y divided by 2. I would get negative 3, comma, 4.5. So I'm going to go over here and plot that. Negative 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half. And that definitely does look like the midpoint, so that's a good way to visually check that you've done it correctly. And then you need to go and find the midpoint of the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and find the midpoint of the purple side. So again, I need my 2 endpoints. I already know that B is located at negative 6, 9. And A is located at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, comma, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to plug it into my midpoint formula again. X plus x divided by 2 and y plus y divided by 2. I would get 0, comma, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 divided by 2 would be 6.5. Oops, 6.5, not 6.2. 6.5. Okay, so let's plot that. 0, comma, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. I found my 2 midpoints, and now to draw the midsegment, it would just connect those 2 midpoints. So if the question asks what are the coordinates of the midsegment, you would just find the midpoint of each side. So 0, comma, 6.5 would have been one answer, and negative 3, comma, 4.5 would have been the other.